Hello everyone, it's Jacob again in the new episode. I will give you the update for what is happening in the crypto right now, and then we will go through the charts. So we saw impulsive move yesterday around high impact news, around 2:30 p.m. European time. It was 4:30 Dubai time. So we saw huge movements across the whole scene. Open interest, we can see it grew slightly by almost 3%. Liquidations should be mostly on the short side. Let's see. Yeah, we can see almost 300 million liquidated on the short side and long 65 million. Quite healthy liquidations. It's good to see. We had too many shorters lately, and when you are late to the party, it's very obvious you are going to get wrecked. Regarding more news from crypto ecosystem, we can see that AI is taking part in it. We can see that a lot of exchanges are using now AI to help them write new code or new functionalities. So it's good. We will have a better economics overall in the industry. That's really good. However, there are a lot of reports that states that AI will not replace us anytime soon, because costs of running tokens and paying for the infrastructure, sometimes it's higher than the employee itself. So a lot of companies are getting back to traditional way of working, where they have developers working on a code instead of AI. However, if you take a smart approach with AI, it can help you get an edge in the market you operate. Last week we had amazing news. Robinhood launched their new blockchain. This is layer 2 built on Ethereum. So this is very, very interesting project. We can see a lot of interest from the market participants in it. I saw some posts on X that people are buying stocks and they are getting dividends paid every 15 minutes. That's a very interesting approach. To be honest, I didn't check it myself yet. However, that's in my plan. So the Robinhood chain is settled on Ethereum, which is good because Ethereum is the best blockchain to do anything regarding on-chain settlements and smart contracts. But to lower the costs of making transactions on Ethereum, this is built on Arbitrum. This is really good because Arbitrum is a very low cost layer built on Ethereum. So that's a very smart approach, because you don't want to pay this. If they will build this on Ethereum itself, I bet that the transaction fees will skyrocket in a couple of hours, and this will destroy the economics of the whole idea. So you can see also here that Robinhood chain is permissionless layer 2 built on Arbitrum's Orbit technology, and this is also operating on the Ethereum. People can buy stock tokens. This is really good because people from all around the world, from countries where they didn't have a chance to get exposure to tokenized stocks, now they can buy it using stable coins. So this is really, really good. They have their own stable coin, which is called USDG, and they also incorporated the EARN protocol. So now a lot of people, since traditional crypto market was quite boring lately, we didn't get the alt season everyone was waiting for. Bitcoin dropped more than 50% from the all-time high, and we are clearly in the bear market now. This is something interesting what is happening, because previously we had just negative news, including MicroStrategy selling their Bitcoin, right, to cover their operating costs and dividends. So this is very positive news. Okay, no more talking. Let's get straight to the charts. So let me just take a look at something. Okay, let's start with Bitcoin. What is happening here? Clearly, we are still in a downtrend. Okay, I need to clear this a little bit to make it clearer for everyone. Maybe let's do it like this. Sorry for the mess on the chart, but as you know, I'm always having a lot of things on the chart. Not necessarily it means it's useful, but this is the way how I have my charts. That's it. So we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And now we need to see, because what we did here is very interesting. It can be also a double bottom, right? Because we have 1, 2. Or some can say we had the, since we put here the high, higher low, so we had like the first change in market structure on weekly time frame, okay? What usually is happening after it, when you have the first change of character, we then go to take out the low once again. The tricky part was here that we took out the low, this one over here, and then we swept it again, even again and again. So it was not easy for traders, because a lot of people longed this swing failure pattern of the low, and then they had the stop loss either break even or below the low. So they were swept once and they were swept twice. So not too many people long this, as far as I know, okay? It was not easy setup. And still, we need to remember we are in a downtrend. What I look at is this short moving average, which we are now rejecting as of now on the weekly time frame, as you can see. So as long as we hold this as resistance, we can forget about the higher prices. What I see clearly on the chart in the near price action is we have this weekly resistance 65,700, which is not tested yet. So it will be really nice. We already took out this was taken one weekly high, and we are targeting now this high to see what will happen. On another, let's see, okay, we have this, we have this anchored view up coming as well around monthly, which we didn't hold. We lost this monthly, so this was the monthly support over here. Previously maybe if I zoom, you can see it was acting as support. We had a very bullish candle, monthly candle, in April 2026, and then we just hit the monthly short moving average, and we had very bearish candle, close below the support, below all the wicks. Very bullish, very bearish setup. And this is exactly why the market is doing something like this. Look, you had a very bearish candle, you had a close over here at 58,042. What happened the next day, right after we closed the monthly, we just swept the first 4-hour candle, just swept the previous, maybe I will make it like this, you will see previous month low. You can see this sweep of liquidity. A lot of algorithms and everyone who was waiting for the breakout to the downside, they were shorting this break, and now we can see what is happening. So this is what you need always to look for. When you have the monthly closure, you need to see what will happen around previous month high or previous month low. If you have weekly closure, it's the same setup, so we always check it. And on the daily chart, it's also working quite well, because this is purely psychological, trap. You can imagine you are in this candle. This is, you are 30th of June, and you see very bearish close. Then you see directly when the candle is opening, you go below this. What do? You short. And then usually there is impulsive move, because people are waiting that maybe it's a fake out. They are averaging, and you can even see this candle swept all the highs and closed inside. So a lot of people didn't close those shorts. Yes, so locally what we have, we created support around 59,550. This can act as support if we come back here. On the daily we have 58,600. If we want to continue higher, we should not go here. Okay, it's like this support is in my opinion, too weak to hold. We have also CC, like the golden pocket, around this area, around here. And what we have also here is the daily order block. This is the last bearish candle before impulsive move to the downside. So this golden pocket combined with order block, weekly level, daily level, might act as support. However, this is at the moment way too far from the current price action, because from now it's at least 6% to the downside, 8 and 9.5%. Let's see how much we did from the low. From the low we have 13% to the upside. And now the thing is, we either make it, it's called make it or break it. So now we came above the weekly resistance, sorry. We came above daily resistance. We see this bullish break above. So now let's see on the lower time frame. 1 second. This is okay. This is the whole range. Let me maybe clear it a little bit, because we don't want to have everything on our chart. I understand it, but I want you to also understand it. So let me just clear this out. Okay. So from here we started creating a range over here, and this range value area low is here. Okay, this is let's mark it like this, value area low. Let's maybe delete it for a second, because it makes too much stuff we have. This is interesting. Resistance, you see, break above, retest, and continuation. So now our POC of this range is at 62,700. And what happened yesterday is we break below, we retested. Look at this 4-hour candle over here. This was very tricky. A lot of people were shorting this, because you had clearly break below, retest, and very bearish close. And then was the news around 2:30 p.m. European time, and this is, you can see this 4-hour candle. People who didn't have stop losses, they are simply liquidated. And what is happening now, as per my previous videos, you can see that I will show you now. What is here? Here we have value area high of the whole range, and you can see how well it was respected. Rejection, and we break above on 4-hour candles. I think we even closed daily candle above. Yes, you can see previous day close above, and now there are a couple of things. First of all, we took out the previous day high over here. Previous day high is swept. Okay, this is the same as monthly, weekly. I mentioned for you like a couple of minutes ago. And now it's very tricky part. We took out the previous day high just to retest again value area high. So we are now simply ranging above the resistance, not below the resistance, because ranging below the resistance is called bullish. Ranging above resistance can be 50-50. So what we can do now? Basically we can do nothing, because it's way too risky to do anything now. On the lower time frame, such as 4-hour, we can see this 4-hour moving average, which is coming at 64,200. Once we close the next 4-hour candle, it will move up, and this might be that we will be ranging here, waiting for this moving average. If we see a really nice reaction and a lower time frame entry, we can entertain a long and target at least 65,700, but also 65,400 is the big range, value area low. So the previous range we had, which we created over here, because after impulsive move to the downside, we started ranging over here and we lost this range with this candle. So that's why it's called a big range. And if we see daily closure inside, so let's say we move without resistance over here and we close inside, then when we break the high, it can be also a continuation to the upside. So we need to play level to level. We have a lot of resistance above us. That's very important to mention and to know. Also, yeah, this, first of all, we have this high, which acts as a magnet because there is a lot of liquidity around this high. Liquidity, where is liquidity? Here. So it might be that we will just move here, take out liquidity, tap weekly level, and we will continue moving lower. However, my theory is, and I would like to mention it's not financial advice, my theory is that we will make a low around October. So we have plenty of time. We have half of July, we have August, we have September, October. So we have almost 4 months to make low. It can be earlier, it can be later, but I assume around this time we will make nice low. Also remember about this local high anchored VWAP. This is something what is very important to keep in mind. I don't know if I shared this with you over here or not, but I was making one prediction. I just need to remember how it was. I will show you what I was seeing on the chart. Okay, it's Elliott waves. So we had this first, second, and I think this was third wave, fourth wave, and then this is the fifth wave. Okay, this is what I think has happened. And to maybe get a little bit more confirmation on this, we can just check one thing. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, this is definitely third wave, as it's mentioned here. So we had a 5 wave move to the downside. What can happen now is a second. I was thinking about something like, I need to find it because I did it somewhere. I was thinking about either here or there. I will just tell you on my next video, but I was thinking that it would be really nice to put now the corrective move to the upside ABC after this 5 wave move to the downside. This is what I was thinking about. It doesn't need to happen. I'm just giving you my idea. I made it like 2 months ago that maybe it will look like this. For sure, this is correct on my count. I'm not sure about it. This is like predicting the future. So this is just illustrative, okay? Just for illustrative purposes, how you can understand what is happening. And this type of predictions worked really nice for me. I will show you, for example, on uranium, okay? This is my long time ago analysis on uranium, where we were making gigantic wave 1, wave 2, and then this was the third wave. I was thinking that we will extend to 6.5K. Of course, it can go higher, right? Like, I'm not saying it cannot. Like, it can go even to 14K. Like, there is nothing wrong with that. But this was my assumption. And when I was doing this, we were around here. So This is what you can see, like how with Elliott waves you can somehow predict the future. This I had on my chart before this price happened, okay? I was doing this around this area. So it helped me to buy at the time Urnu, for example, as well, because you cannot, it's very hard to buy uranium as you cannot get exposure clearly to uranium, but you can buy miners. So as you can see, those are all the ETFs I was buying. You have, for example, global uranium ETF, which is very easily available for European users. You have leveraged uranium energy corp. This is moving more volatile because it's more leveraged. So this is where when it helps. Okay, this is when it definitely helps, and that's why I do believe we can also get some impulsive move. It will help us get more time to then put a low in around October. My ultimate goal for the low is around 45k, 40k, something around this area, right? Like I would like this to hold. I don't think this one will hold. This I don't believe. Like for me, this must be taken out. So we didn't take this out yet. We are now testing this as support, and we are reacting from it. However, I do believe we will take out this low and we will move to test this consolidation. Here as well, we can check maybe some volumes. Second. Yeah, you see this is my zone where I want to buy. This is my spot buying zone, 44,800, 44, and this is also on the POC. So we broke, we didn't test it, so we will definitely come back to test it. Not financial advice, this is my trading and investing plan. On Ethereum, as I mentioned on my previous videos, after I saw this sweep of the high, I knew we are moving lower. My ultimate target is at least 1,367 on Ethereum to take out this low. Maybe even lower, like I have levels also below 900 and even 500. I don't want to see these levels, to be honest with you, but I have them on my chart. If I don't see reaction here, I will be simply targeting first those lows. If they don't hold, then this zone and ultimately this zone. Solana, quite simple, my modified Fibonacci retracements. Solana reacted from 0.81. As you can see, it's very, very nice. Even we had the sweep, close, retest, and boom. So Solana, to be honest, it's really hard now to predict what will happen, like in the following days, because it's simply, if someone says that they know, they are simply lying to you. Like there is clearly no way you can predict what is going to happen. What I was doing, I was in a long on AVAX. I will show you where I entered. So, where was it? Because I closed this long over here, because this was the previous, this orange line is the previous range low. As you can see, we had even a reaction over here, and this was the low. So I closed it over here because I leveraged myself heavily after I saw the first blue or green candle, and stop loss was below the low. Okay, so this was, the entry was around this area, and this was around 2 to 1. Let's see, what was the setup here? Yeah, 188. So when I saw this rejection over here, because we didn't break inside, I just closed it. Like I was like, that's enough. There are always new trades to be taken, but you can see the power of anchored VWAP. From this low, you put the anchored VWAP. I will show you how to do it. So you take anchored VWAP, you put at this low, okay? Like you could wait an entry here, or you could even wait an entry here. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But if you enter here, your stop loss must be minimum at this low, okay? Minimum, preferably under this. So quite heavy stop loss, comparing that we were just dropping and dropping and dropping. So you need to have your risk management in place. And the power of ranges is amazing. Like you can see that we are still in a range, okay? Like look, this was the range high, we swept it, we were doing lower highs, so we were changing market structure, boom, takeout. Now we were doing higher highs, higher lows, of course on the higher time frame, not on the low time frame, because you can see the sweeps, a lot of liquidity sweeps. So very illiquid market, is very liquid on altcoins at the moment. You can clearly see like, what is this? Like please try to trade it. Like if someone tells me 100% win rate on this, I will give you $1,000. Really, I'm joking. So there is no point in holding trades for a long time now. Like even when we were here, it could simply sweep the low again. Like, so what's the point? If you have a profit, you just take it. Like trading is not about being right, it's about making money, okay? So what happened? We fake out the low, we came back inside, we take out the high again, we closed below, retest, and we are again ranging. We are still in a range, okay? However, it's not again a problem. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and now we have lower high at the moment. I do not say to short this. I say don't do anything, okay? Don't do anything over here. Like you can see this anchored VWAP, I don't know how many times we tapped it, but I don't even want to count. It's way too much. The more we tap it, the weaker it becomes, okay? It's not that the more times we hit it, it becomes stronger. It's the same with the resistance. Resistance, if it's like once hit and then there is a retest and continuation, that's okay. But when you hit it many times, it becomes weaker. The same as here. Like it was not very visible rejection, okay? It was not looking bearish at this moment. However, like the price action was showing you, it's clearly changing market structure, but I'm not saying it was easy to play. There is no easy setups in consolidations like this. Yeah, so with Bitcoin we covered, Solana we covered. I'm now doing something. I also bought some spot options, call options on C Limited. Okay, I'm entering now options trading, and I will show you something. What I always watch is like 1 year candles. Okay, look at this 2025 year candle. You mark the previous year high, you mark the previous year low, and then you wait. We swept the low, we were closing below, we were ranging over here. Once we get inside, I bought call options, okay? Why? Because the earnings are coming. One of my indicators showed me that there is a volume coming in. So I took a calculated bet that it will go up. So I do really believe my target is at like 155. I want this to go to 155. When it gets to 155, you can even see my alert here, I will close it. Will it go? I don't know, but I want this high to be taken out and maybe hit here. You can see we have some order blocks. This was the previous, we started again the very impulsive move to the downside, so why not? Especially that, yeah, but now we are near SMA 200. I think we can flip it. If we will not flip it and I will see continuation to the downside, for example breaking previous year low, I will really think about closing it manually. Okay, how about US tech? Yeah, US Tech, everyone was asking me what is happening with US Tech. I told them this is the previous resistance. You can see once, twice. Here we had a fake out, but now we again tested this as support. So as long as we are above it, there is no discussion about lower, okay? And the market, you don't want to bet against the US market. This is way too liquid market to just dump out of nowhere, okay? So what happens? Okay, so the same as here we have support, same here we have resistance. So we need to see what will happen. Like Nasdaq at the moment is way too strong for shorting it. I don't want to short it. I don't want long. I don't want to long it as well. So I want to see either break to the downside, break of this support, then I will join the party, or if I see rejection from the resistance, I can take very calculated trade with the very tight risks. Very tight risk. Okay guys, that's it from my side. Thank you so much and see you on the next video.